Hey, welcome back, guys. Just figured I'd take a short video and give another little update on these Tropheus Murago, Tanzania. Muragos. They're doing really well. There's been, I would say, one major change in the colony. Is that the alpha male right there, he has been booted from his position. He no longer holds the throne, which I figured was, I mean, he's still pushy, don't get me wrong, but the new alpha is right there. It's really coppery looking. The rest of the colony's doing well. The 16 F1 that I put in there, growing nicely there. I would say getting close to, I would say probably 3 inches. I don't have a ruler on it. Normally I'll try and get the fish up to the edge of the tank and then throw a ruler up there and see if I can get a pretty good basis on how long they are. But I mean, like these guys, I mean, they're over 5 inches easy. But as you can see, I started letting some algae grow on that back wall there, and because it's just white over there, so I figured, and I did this in my other 110 gallon too that's got my blue point. I figured, you know, why not let it grow over there. These guys, they're in such a brighter tank anyways, comparatively speaking, and I figured that would help to darken it up a little, and maybe they would show a little bit better color. It was just an experiment, so, you know, I wasn't 100% sure, but it does seem like they are showing some darker tones to them, which when they're real lit up, it seems like they just don't, almost like they're too washed out. And that's why I'm taking it from this other angle. You can see them better. They're hungry. But the only thing I got up there is that is another satellite, a current USA satellite. It's an LED fixture, but it's only got 1 row of lights instead of 2. And it's still the same ratio of 3:1 as far as the 6700s to, these are a little bit different. These almost seem a little bit more purple than the RGBs that are on the Satellite Plus fixtures. But I mean, as you can see, it still lights the tank up pretty well. And like I said, this is a 110 gallon. It's 4 foot long and 2 foot deep though, and then I think it's 20 or 22 inches high. Super nice tank. I don't really like the 120s. They just, I think they're like 24 inches high, and then the 150s are like 26 inches high. And that's just, I'm not an orangutan, so I don't like reaching down that far. So my arms are not long enough. So yeah, that's these guys. They're doing well. They're still not spawning a ton, but you know, like I stated before, when I first got these, there originally were 8 male and, or no, 7 males and 5 females, and I ended up losing a male. He just got beat up and ended up getting all, I think he just got bloat or something. I pulled him out of the tank as soon as I saw him and put him in a bucket with air, and I ended up hitting him with Epsom salt for a few days, and he just wasn't getting any better. So I did what I could. You know, I kept trying to treat him, and nothing would get him. I wasn't going to try and, you know, calculate out what 2 or 3 gallons of the bucket that I had him in worth of some other type of medication, whether it be kanamycin, which is a gram positive, gram negative, wide or broad spectrum antibiotic, or something similar. Another one is Maricin 2. Maricin 2 is, I don't think it's I'm not sure if it's erythromycin or not. I can't remember. It's been a long time. I haven't dealt with, thankfully, I haven't dealt with meds a lot in the last year because everything's been real stable. And I don't know if that's going to change when I get some new wild caught in. Hopefully not. I'm praying to God that it doesn't change and that they'll need minimal treatment. You know, something like metronidazole. Hit them with a week of metronidazole every 8 hours. Full dose seems to work the best that way, because the most common ailment, parasite, disease, however you want to look at it, for wild-caught African cichlids is hexamida. And there can be a range of symptoms as far as that goes. And metronidazole really does a good job on that. You can also use something like nitrofurazone. And a lot of people used to use bifurin, which is nitrofurazone and furazolidone. And it's 80% nitrofurazone and 20% furazolidone. And from what I understand, I spoke with Gemco, which is just, you know, another online company that I'm not affiliated with. So I've purchased stuff from them before. Great people. But they said that bifurin isn't available anymore, and it's got to be true because I've looked for it on the internet and I can't find it anywhere. So you can make your own, and that's the nitrofurazone or furazolidone. But that stuff is really good, and if you mix that with metronidazole, it's totally safe, and it's got a synergistic effect, which means that they'll do an even better job together when you mix them together than if you were to just use them by themselves. So, you know, it's kind of like, how would I explain that? It's almost like 1 + 1 is 3 in this case for the synergistic effects that those two have. So there's that. You can use nitrofuracin green is another good one, and there's only a couple places online you can get it. But nitrofuracin green, and that stuff is actually nitrofurazone, sulfamethazine, methylene blue, and sodium chloride. And that's like, it's an anti-protozoan, antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. I mean, that stuff is awesome. And I usually use that with my fresh imports. So that's definitely another option. But yeah, if you guys ever have any questions on medications or anything, I learned a lot about 1.5 years ago because I had to, and it's done wonders for my internal database as far as caring for wild caughts, and just being able to diagnose, you know, looking at symptoms and being able to diagnose fish just by looking at them if they have symptoms, you know, because there's common symptoms that you'll see with specific diseases. So. All right, like I said, don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm always on YouTube, and if you'd like to join the forum that I created, it's Tropheus and more, and that's http:// tropheusandmore.com. So just type that in, it'll pop up. And you know, if you got any questions, hop on there. You know, there's quite a few people. It's only been up for like 2.5 months. Yeah, about 2 months, and we're pushing 100 members already. So, and I haven't done like a whole lot of advertisement for it or anything, just for YouTube videos and whatnot. But yeah, it's a pretty good crowd so far. So, and we're definitely gonna aim to keep it that way. So. Alright, well that's pretty much it. I know I've gone way over my limit. Sorry once again. I do talk a lot when I get going. So like the video, please. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and share the video. And we will see you guys and talk to you soon. Alright, take care and God bless.